Hey everyone, I want to introduce you to one of my patients named Christy. So Christy came to me. She had a previous job a few years back working at an airline, so she had a lot of heavy manual labor duties. She kind of injured her back in one incident and kind of had back pain off and on through the years. She came to me, maybe not in so much pain, but she wanted to kind of find that final pain relief solution that she could do so that she didn't keep having these reoccurring episodes and flare-ups. So Christy, go ahead and kind of tell me, number one, how long do you think you've had back pain?
Oh, I'd say the better part of 15 years.
Okay, so obviously a long time, and that is very common with most of our patients. They have this lingering issue that they really haven't been able to solve over the years, and it comes and goes, and then sometimes when it kind of gets really aggravated, it can kind of stay and really kind of cause a lot of havoc, ranging from pain going down the leg, and then for more Christy's sake, kind of pain traveling in her lower back and maybe even up into her mid-back a little bit too. So Christy, what are you able to do now that maybe you weren't as confident doing before or weren't doing as good before?
I would say my workouts mainly is the biggest notice. I've been able to go back to doing more high intensity kind of workouts, more intense, get back to cycling regularly, things like that. And even just as simple now that I have a desk job, you sit at the desk all day, and usually at the end of the day my back would start to bother me, but now I can go
Awesome.
multiple days in a row and feel pretty good.
That's awesome. Glad to hear. And so with this process, our whole goal here is to, number one, make our patients independent in solving their own issues. So obviously we help them in the beginning stages kind of figure out what's going on. And then our big point is teaching them how they can help themselves going forward so that they don't need to rely on myself or any other healthcare practitioners in the future to kind of help address their back pain. We're not trying to create the repeat customers. We're trying to empower our patients and give them the tools to help themselves. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of talk about real briefly what Christy had going on. So with respect to Christy, one of her main issues was SI joint dysfunction. So her hip bone on her right side actually was going up a little bit due to some weakness in her right hip. So what we did was pull that down to kind of stabilize that joint there. She also had what we call an out flare, and she had this on both sides, which actually caused some pain all the way up into her mid-lower back right here. So on both sides, what her hip bones were doing were they were flaring out like so, which is compressing that SI joint and giving her the issues kind of in the center part of her spine. So what we've been really working on is strengthening her groin muscles to really gap that joint open on both sides and give her that pain relief. So like I said, this process lasts for about 5 to 7 weeks. So that's how long it takes to kind of get you back to 100%. So Christy, can you go ahead and lay flat on me so we can just kind of show them what we're looking for? Go ahead and lay with your head down there. Yep. Okay. So to diagnose this, what we do is kind of feel the back of her hips, and then we're going to have Miss Christy go ahead and just press up for me. Very good. And then back down. So what Christy usually had going on is when she did that press up, her right side stayed up, telling me that she had that upslip. So like I said, to correct that, what we do is kind of just grab that affected leg up and just give a little bit of a quick pull like so, okay? So the last issue that she had, so we talked about her upslip and then her bilateral out flare. She had what we call a sacral torsion. So the base of her spine like so was actually rotated a little bit to that left side when she did that same press up test. So what we did in the moment to kind of help relieve that is kind of push on that bottom side and re-rotate that sacrum so it's lying more flat like so. At home, what she was doing was a specific strengthening exercise for that right side of the hip right there, okay?